Hi, I just wanted to kind of go over some of the Tylenol and aspirin and just general antipyretic medications that I have in my collection. This is one of my favorite things to get, and it is a complete display. The advertising information, original contents, including the tablets and any package inserts. This one is for certified brand aspirin tablets. There are 36 tins in this display. These are the 5-grain aspirin. I'm not exactly sure what year this is. It does say copyright 1939 on the bottom, but I think that's just from the original copyright of this brand of medication. Not necessarily that it's from them. I would guess it would be from around the 50s to 60s, but again, I would have to do a little bit more research to confirm. But here is a close-up of the product. Let's see the advertising. And it would just kind of fold down when it came to the pharmacy or the drugstore that it was being sold at. And it's interesting because here it says helps relieve pain due to head colds, simple headache, neuralgia, and muscular aches and pains. It also says keep all medicines out of the reach of children, but it also says on the back, children of 3 to 5 years can take 1/4 of a tablet. And as we know, now it's not recommended to give children any aspirin products because of Reyes syndrome, not sure how it's pronounced. This is one of the tins here. It also has on the back dosing, and you can see the dosing for the children. And it looks like it shifted around a little bit in here when I opened it, but you can see all the original tablets are in there. There are 12 tablets in each tin. That's my largest aspirin display. I also have a lot of little displays. I got a lot of these from an antique store in Micanopy when I was going to pharmacy school. So here you can see this is a 20 grand brand aspirin tablet box. Very small. All the aspirin boxes I have are very small, which is why I like collecting them. They're very cute. This one has a tablet still in it inside. I'm not going to touch that because I don't want it to disintegrate. I also have Ramon's Tabs, another 5-grain aspirin. This one also has caffeine in it. You can see that this box was 10 cents at the time it was sold. The caffeine is synergistic towards the effects of the aspirin. Here is the back of the box right there, and it's saying that you can use it for minor throat irritations, you can gargle with it, headaches, fatigue, muscles, neuralgic conditions. And let's see, no contents in this one. It's an empty box. This is my smallest tin that I have. It's called St. Mary's Pure Aspirin, another 5-grain aspirin. This one was 5 cents at the time it was sold. Has a little damage on the back. It looks like it had some sort of adhesive that kind of adhered to the paint on the metal. It kind of wore it away. Still has the original, looks like a little paper, like a cellophane paper inside, and you can see the crystals from the aspirin. They're definitely crystals, not powder, so that's pretty interesting. But again, this is my smallest tin I have in my collection, St. Mary's aspirin. I have Layman's aspirin here, another 5-grain aspirin, excuse me. It's kind of got like a baby blue to it, very nice. Oop, pardon me. Information on the back of the tin. And also very small, recommending for children over 10, and recommended as a gargle. No contents in this one. This one is very like 1940s looking, just by the colors and the design. It says Pure Aspirin from G.O.H. Gould & Son Manufacturing Chemists in Kentucky. Again, a little damage to the paint on the tin. due to some sort of adhesive and heat, I'm assuming. Information on the back there. Sometimes you never know what's inside these. Oh, okay. There is a package insert on this one. Interesting how people kept this. I'm assuming this was from somebody who also collected. Interesting. Inside is facts regarding aspirin. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Again, recommending dosing for children over 4 years of age, which we know is not recommended. And this is a Reed's aspirin, another 5 grain from Reed's Products Company in St. Louis, Missouri. Kind of like a greenish tan tone to it. Again, information printed on the back, and again, some damage from some sort of adhesive and heat, I'm assuming. And this tin is a tin that slides open. It says thumb on top, forefinger on bottom, slide open. That works. I got everything cataloged in my collection here, so it's got my catalog number. This is a sliding tin. And my last tiny aspirin tin is a good old Rexall USP tin. This is also a slider. It's kind of got a baby blue with a navy blue. Of course, some information in back along with my cataloging tag. This one feels full. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, that's full. It's got all the original aspirin in it. Hasn't been used. So it says 1938 on it. Again, don't know if that's the actual date in which this was manufactured or just the date of the design or the trademark of Rexall making that aspirin. Not really sure. Need to do a little bit more research. This is my only just plain old aspirin bottle. It says the name St. Joseph's assures purity. It's a really beautifully shaped bottle. Has some nice tapering on the bottom. It does have a seam all the way to the top lip there. It has the cork still in it, but the contents are empty. You can see there's some remnants of the liquid that was in it, and it was almost like an iodine color to it. There are some bubbles in the glass. Interesting. This is just a very beautiful bottle. It has such a thin bottom though. It's hard to display this one because I'm afraid it's going to fall down. So I display it flat. Don't want to have any damage to that. I haven't seen another one of those. It was just really beautiful when I got it. This one's a fun one. It's called Hicks Capudine for Headaches. And if I'm not mistaken, this one had multiple ingredients in it, almost like an old school Fioricet. It is an amber bottle. It has a seams up to the lip, no seam on the lip, and the Hicks Capudine is embossed on the front there. This bottle is super dirty on the inside. I did my best to clean it, but I actually found this one when I was digging through a dump site in Gainesville, and I found some bottles by the riverside, and I thought to myself, well, this could perhaps have been a dump site. I started to dig, and this was one of the only whole bottles that I found, and I was like over the moon because it was medicine related. I couldn't believe it, so this one's very personal to me. I've seen a few of them since then, but obviously that one's going to be very personal and favorite to me. This one is actually more like a compounding powder for a compounding pharmacist. It says National 1 ounce Salicylic Acid USP, distributed by National Package Drugs Inc., St. Louis, Missouri. And it says use when and as directed by your physician, and that's about it for that. So it's a tin. It is a metal tin. It does have, well, it is metal on the bottom. I will say that. Metal on the bottom, metal on the top. The actual cylinder of itself, which as you can see because the label has worn away, is more like a cardboard, like layers and layers of cardboard. And when you open it up, you can see all the salicylic acid crystals inside. And they are crystals. It is not a powder. They are crystal. So I'm going to close that back up. I'm not sure if it's going to start absorbing the moisture in the air, and I don't want it to damage anything. So just wanted to show you. And then last two products here, different variations of each. I have Anacin analgesic tablets. This has aspirin and caffeine in it, which, as we saw before, is synergistic. So I got this Anacin tin case, larger than the other aspirin ones. It's got some kind of interesting looking design on there. Of course, more information on the back on how to take it. And it's got one of those press here on the corner to open it easy. And on the inside, let's see what we got here. It's just telling you more marketing information about Anacin. Then these are just the papers that the aspirin was sandwiched in between. And then here is another Anacin packaging. Not sure which one's older. This one is in worse shape for sure, but love having different versions of the same product. Again, combination product. Another press here and open. More advertising information about Anacin. Now, I saved the most interesting for last. This is called Romand, and it says, let me show you here for a moment, Romand. A palliative aid for minor aches and pains due to medically diagnosed arthritis, rheumatism, neuritis, sciatica, lumbago, bursitis, or neuralgia, susceptible to the measure of mild, gentle, soothing, temporary relief afforded by an analgesic and antipyretic. Each tablet contains sodium salicylate, acetophenitidin, 1.5 grains, caffeine alkaloid, and excipients. This one had 48 enteric-coated tablets for $1, and it was distributed by the Knox Company. Now, acetophenitidin, as you can read in my little informational type out for the pain relievers, actually ended up causing kidney failure, kidney dysfunction, and Howard Hughes actually died of kidney failure related to using a product like this. So it's really interesting to see what has been made available to the general public and what they have used without knowing it's going to cause significant damage and obviously including death. This is another Romand box I have. This one you can tell has been loved a little bit more than the other. It's also noticeably larger. And they have basically the same design. It does have different information on the back and on the front. But I think that actually it's got the same information on the front and back for the small box. This one seems to have a little less information on it. I wonder if it's older because of that. This had 120 count in here. And I am going to open it here. Interesting. So you can see, kind of pulls out like a drawer. Here's the original tag from when I bought it. Again, this one was definitely from Micanopy. I bought it for $6. You can see kind of the little imprints from when the tablets were sitting in there. And it says in the package insert, "For your family medicine chest." Interesting. Read what it says right there. Helps kidneys. Removes urinary acids. And then again, it was pulled from the market because it caused kidney damage. There's also a lot of information about other products that can help. Made also by the Knox Company. Oh, I apologize. Now I realize this is just an advertising piece. The helps kidneys is the Cystex, which was on the bottom there. But very interesting to find and do research on the items you get. You never know when you're going to find something. And it happens so often that has been advertised and promised by the FDA to be safe, and then you find out that it actually is significantly harmful. So it was nice showing parts of my collection.